Greetings, fellow warriors on the sea ice. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 72, Firebear. So if you're wondering, the Centurion is basically just a big, low shield pack dome robot. It doesn't do a lot of combat. It's just a low shield pack, and it moves slowly. Alright, this is really good. Most of the wall, except for the north section, is done. I still need to address this area. I think what I'm going to do is just wall up where... Maybe I'll just fill in this cavern somewhat. I think that would be the most elegant looking solution. So I think that's what I'll end up doing. Which is a rather large undertaking, but at least will look nice once it's done. So, Steph, you are deficient, and -5 is not a big deal. So I'm not sure that I'm gonna have her take Go Juice until it's absolutely necessary, until she hits like the 13 or 15 day mark. So as to conserve it. Now that I have 74 heal root, or herbal meds, I'm going to switch these over to rice as well. And then Zen, that means that you're going to be doing a lot of planting. Can a chip also make a centipede? So the centipede is not the integrator chips. They're just a high chip. They don't require power focus. They just require a lot of resources and a rip-scanned chip. Hello, bears. Whoa, Wendy, you were not zone restricted. That's okay. She was the only one that wasn't. I don't think that they'll come after this door, though. That steel door that that was opened. Because she's a valid target for them. Alright, so it looks like remote shield it is. Alright, I'll just hop over the thing. It's easier than blowing up the barricade. And set you to behind the walls now. Can Wendy just long jump over the deep water? Yep. As long as there's a valid path to the deep water, meaning that it isn't like an island or whatever, you can skip or long jump over it. Man, this apocriton's taking its sweet time. Zen, what are you doing? Seems to me like you are not farming right now, and that is disappointing. There we go. When her mobility is awesome, yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly easy to catch her. She's probably the most mobile person I've had ever. Because of vampirism long jump legs. The remote shielder is probably going to go to Mass, because Mass is the combat controller. So, even though Mass has been an absolute pain in my butt, fighting me at every turn, that's the route I'm going. I don't know where it went, though. Where'd you put it, T-Sang? Oh, here it is. There we go. Now we have a remote shield. And what are we working on here? Oh, here we go. Apocriton. Overlapping with the grizzly bears. That's exactly how I wanted it, how I engineered it, and I got lucky that the grizzly bears hasn't left. So all I have to do is wall this segment up, and the grizzly bears will go kill the Apocriton for me. So go forth. Get the Apocriton. So this Apocriton comes with a bunch of Scythers and Tesserons and Minotaurs, and then the Apocriton itself has a heavy shield. Tesserons are putting in a bunch of work here. But I think ultimately the Apocriton is dead. Oh yeah. RIP. And there you go. All I have to do is worry that the fires don't spread here. I think what I'm going to do is wake up my shooters and have them start to clear out the bears so that the bear meat doesn't go to waste and doesn't burn up into ash, and the Apocriton chip isn't in jeopardy. I could use the mechs here, but mechs don't build up shooting skill, whereas my colonists do, so it's to my benefit to have my colonists shoot the bears so that they become better shooters, because they are currently at 0 and 13 and could improve. Yeah, I don't think that fire is threatening the chip, though. That's why I haven't raced over there. So wildlife, let's finish off anything that's downed. And I think this is the last bear that's up. Unrestrict everybody. Unrestrict the lifter bots. And we're good to go. Wendy, we're going to go have you haul that chip. And then rise it. Put this fire out. And then mass, as soon as you're done, do that fire as well. In situations like this, you can water skip, or because I don't even want Wendy to get that close to the fires, I could just have her skip the chip away, and then it's not even a thing that I have to worry about. You can skip items. Cool. So now I have 2 nanostructure chips, which means I can make 2 waste pack atomizers, which would be very good for us to have in order to get through the backlog of waste packs. Because I have 515 waste packs on this map tile, so it's getting a little toxic. And the pods have arrived for completing that quest. Range 31, damage 14... Armor pen. So this weapon might be... I'm going to have that be masses. Also, this throne here would be good Bryzit throne. Because Currently, I'm sitting on a slate meditation, not a better one. And I'll throw the harp in here too, so we have one of every instrument. Cool. Apocriton is done. Current priority is overhaul defenses and build waste pack atoms. So once the external walls are done, I will pull you all if you want me to continue with the additional mazes. I'll be leaving that up to you. And Guero's an adult with a pessimist, man. So you, Guero, is male. So Guero might... The best use, in my opinion, for Guero is for Guero to be the dirt mole... a dirt mole prisoner. Like well, actually, you could be a slave too. Well, you could even be a full-blown colonist. I'm not really sure. So the advantage of Guero's genes is that Guero has all the inheritable genes that we wanted for the dirt moles. So dirt moles, we wanted to inherit fast wound healing and dark vision. Those were the important ones that I had designated. And Guero has both of those. The issue, though, is that Guero is an absolute piece of garbage in terms of individual. So I'm going to keep Guero gestating or growing in the vat until at least 16. At 16, Guero can be used to fertilize eggs. So Guero's genetics is probably going to be used here, but maybe not as a person. Because Monarch has the fast wound healing, but not the dark vision. Yeah. It's really too bad, huh? I could put him in Cryptopod just for fertilizing, yeah. Wouldn't be unreasonable. I'll decide once Guero's 16, though. I don't really need to make a decision right at this moment. Looks like I'm going to need some additional granite, though. So, granite blocks are open for stone cutting. All that blood in the snow? Yeah, it's delicious. I mean, it's a waste, so I can't drink it. Just updating the roof zones here. They're not all that reasonable. Or relevant anymore. Should just look like this. Keep a roof off that door. This door. Guess technically here too. All right, there we go. I think I'll wait a little bit longer for Wendy to death rest. She's not quite ready yet. It's unfortunate about Guero, though. Guero's unfortunate genes. So, Steph, you're now in recon armor. T-Sang has queued up a new recon armor. This is excellent armor. I'm just making sure that Wendy has the best stuff. I could have MIDI switch. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm only going to do this one recon armor because I'm going to probably switch over to Locust armor. Not everybody has mobility like Wendy does, so it would definitely help for the others to have Locust armor to increase their mobility so that it's not up to Wendy to just skip them around. Because she's not... Well, she's not... Well, she is Uber, but she's not an Uber. That was a weird sentence. Another thing I could possibly do to make orbital trading a little bit easier, paid psychic suppression, is to move the bait beacon. No, no. Sorry. I'm not going to be suppressed for your entertainment. Sounds stupid. So I think I'm going to make the decision to keep Guero free, but as per your suggestions, put Guero into crypto sleep. And I'll have you guys decide if that's our tactic. So there's the poll about that. Crypto sleeping Guero for his genes. The alternative is I could have Guero, and there might be an opportunity to have Guero fertilize something and to create a hybrid that has all of the dirt mold genes that we want, and then just to end, you know, we could end Guero's line that way. I don't think it's probably all that necessary to end Guero's line that way, though, because it's no real harm to have Guero alive. Even when you crypto sleep people, though, you do have to sort of pay for them in terms of raids. Crypto sleepers still count towards your colony population, even if they're asleep. So 3 crypto sleepers roughly equals 1 regular colonist. It's not that big of a deal. We haven't been raided that much lately, where it was critical that we eked out a victory or whatever. I don't have rice right now. Holy cow. Didn't realize we had such a rice shortage. Alright, so your kill thirst and chemical dependency is growing. I'm not going to be able to satisfy your kill thirst without being raided by humans. Unfortunately for me, it's the correct temperature to be raided by humans at the moment, right? It's only like 8 Fahrenheit or negative 14, so it's totally fine for people to raid me, but they're just not. And Chaos Engine, thank you for the resub. Welcome. So this will expand in 6 days. Man, I am impatient. Don't really want to wait for that. Couldn't you send tox packs to trigger a raid? I could, but sometimes when you send tox packs, the raiders that you bring in, or almost always, the raiders that you bring in are like breachers, and they're particularly annoying to deal with because you can't corral them easily. So it's often, and also the retaliation raids tend to be large too. And on top of all of that, there's the issue with they might not even raid us unless we send it to a tribal. Because if we send it to anything but tribals, they could just send pollution back at us. And the only tribals would be the impids. I think, right? No, we could send it to the Neanderthal tribe too. Because we're allied with, or we're neutral with the gentle tribe. So yeah, it's a possibility that we can send waste out. But it's kind of more annoying than it's worth most of the time. So Sky. 47 days? You can go a little bit longer. I did want those horns. True. And I'm sure our impids will attack me and I'll get those horns eventually. If I was to send out to piss off the impids, I probably would want more pods. I would want to send a bunch of pollution all at once. So let me expand the transport pod launch system, and then I'll consider it. Hey ALS, thanks for the gifted subs while I was offline, man. I noticed a few days ago. I appreciate it. Nobody ever does that but you. It's always so surprising to check my dashboard and see that there was more subs than I had realized that came seemingly out of nowhere. So thank you. And I'm very eager to undertake the next YouTube series because it's going to include you for sure. Cheers. Oh, hi Psychic Drone. Okay, so Steph, let's hit a soother. She's gonna have some problems here in a second because she's already kill thirst and chemical dependence, and she's about to go crazy. Do waste packs decay while sitting in transport pods? No, I don't think they do. Could be wrong. But the waste packs are also very bulky. They weigh a lot, so they're not. It's not efficient to store them in pods because you can only hold, what, 25 per pod? Something like that? Yeah, 25 per pod. So if I have 550, 15 of them or whatever, however many, yeah, 515. It's not economical to just stick them in the pods because I would need 21 pods to accommodate the waste packs that I currently have. That's a lot of pods. Should the entrance tunnel still be walled in? No, it shouldn't. You're right. Thank you for that reminder. And I'll open it up as well. And I'll open up all the side areas too, so that if I get raided, they're not obstructed. Alright, come on, Hussar Jeans. What am I hoping for? I'm hoping for great shooting or one of the awfuls. But I doubt I'll get that lucky. I never do. And Wendy, death rest in maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna have her death rest. Can't believe how little material the apocriton gives. 15 steel for an entire late stage mech boss apocriton. It's like almost insulting. And as predicted, Steph is absolutely going crazy. What I could do is like a joy fuzzer. Because her going berserk is not going to help our colony out at all. So I just hit her with a joy fuzz and we'll see if that remedies a little. Barely. You know that I look at this, I don't really need this. Well, no, I do need this pathway still if I want to get down to these caves. But it's kind of rather unimportant. Is death rest 2.5 days regardless of death rest percentage before next required one? Well, it depends on how many death rest accelerators you have, but yes. You can death rest at 99% and you're still stuck there for the minimum duration of a successful death rest. So, in other words, unless you can benefit from a full death rest, it's probably best not to start death resting, because you'll just end up in a casket not gaining anything. And we have a mech cluster. Ooh, is it ever? So we have a fog. So it's countdown activated. I see a high shield, don't see a low shield. A mech drop beacon, and then the mechs that are here are mostly shooters, only one fire mech. So it's very light on mech guards. And then because of its geometry, funny enough, mechs that are printed in the inside can't get out. It's a complete perimeter wall. This is a room. It's the stupidest design I've ever seen. So the way to wake this mech cluster up is actually pretty straightforward. It's to... It's to probably attack this blaster over here and berserk it and have it, like, blow things up and lure all the others over. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, yeah. Well, what a weird cluster. You can't attack me because you can't even get to me. But you're the assailant. What are you doing, man? Silly mechs. Don't know how combat works. Wouldn't they bash their way out? Maybe. But the thing is, like, it's their base. So I'm not entirely sure that they would attack their own structure. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't really... Maybe I've faced this situation once before, but like if I have, I don't recall it. Because this is such a strange scenario of mechs building themselves into a corner. So, we will see. Awful art. And partial antitoxal lungs. The awful art is great, but the partial antitoxal lungs is a big old bummer because it ruins the negatives here. It just drives up the complexity. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the Psychic Droner is over in order to hit this, because I don't want to go out here with the Psychic Droner in full blast. Because I run the risk of Steph or Midi having a mental break while fighting, which is basically just suicide. And I'll wait until the droner's done, and then I'll take on the cluster. Which means, Wendy, you should start death resting now. So that in 2.5 days, when you're done death resting, we'll blow this. Oh, hi, T-Sang. Not that you're going to wake it, because it doesn't have a proximity sensor, but, like, let's stay away from this area. So I'm going to forbid those Militors, so that T-Sang doesn't go tickle the Militor and end up being derped. We're about 2/3 research into into the waste pack atomizers. I'm excited about that. And then let's check egg time. So Malwab, you were the longest, and you have 2 days left. So we're about to do a large egg extraction soon, which is exciting. Sort of exciting. I'm going to cancel all the hauling of all the stuff around here, too. Can you further reduce death rest time? No. Nope. 2 death rest accelerators is the most you can have without mods. Secret structure investigation. Oh, nice. So here is the last 2 subquests of the Glitter Wand. We've got an ancient spacecraft hack and a secret structure investigation. Even Mass is maybe going to succumb. So, Lo, you're a child. You'll remain a colonist for now. And yep, there you go. I am going to schedule the females in the colony to recreate, so they don't really have to deal with the mental breaks. Wendy's death resting and everybody's going to party is, I guess, the way to look at it. Alright, so the drone has ended. Guess what? That means party time's over. So Steph here is joy fuzzed, and the issue with being joy fuzzed is your brain is not all that efficient under joy fuzzing. The super neural chargers will offset that like a little bit. No, not even. So it's one of those, maybe we take out the cluster in 4 days when that joy fuzz resolves, so that she can actually be useful. Still working on those defenses. What is Kish doing? Just recharging, I imagine? Nope. Kish is actually building somewhere. Oh, deconstructing. That explains the lack of progress. We don't even have the transport pods. Basically, if Wendy sleeps, work doesn't get done. With all those pods, it can set a lot of gifts now. Yeah, the idea is to maybe piss off impids or Neanderthals. I doubt I can get them to actually fight the mech cluster though, because as I said, they're almost always attackers that breach and sap, meaning that they're never going to be they're not going to choose to breach and sap towards the mech cluster unless I'm really lucky and they spawn in this corner only. So it's rather difficult to exploit them in that regards. Yeah, I'm definitely having a lot of lag on stream right now. I just actually 30 seconds ago ran a test and it's not my own connection issues, so it'd be Twitch. And I can't fix it. We are hauling in a lot of slag and we're not crafting it. Just trying to blow up Steph's bed. Is Kish unrestricted? Let's see. Probably restricted behind walls. So I'm going to unrestrict Kish now. Monarch becoming a pessimist. Oh, come on, pessimists. What is it? What is there about? Oh my god. What is it about these dirt mole genes where the offspring of these dirt moles are all just big old losers? There we go. Rhizit's now in Recon Armor 2. And then as soon as T-Sang catches up on making components, I will craft up some helmets as well. So that our heads are protected. Wendy's out in 1.2 days. Well, Lo, I'm hoping that you're not following in the footsteps of your siblings here, ending up like Guero and Monarch. Malwub's egg timer is 20 hours, so as soon as Malwub's out of the mental state, likely it's egg harvest time. And we've set it up so that they're all sort of timed at the same time, so that we can do them in one big batch. Traits are not genetic, no. Traits are a result of learning and rearing. So if in this series, we are required to vat grow. We're like obligated to vat grow our offspring. But if we taught them and they would have a choice of traits, and we could shape them to be better individuals. But that's not what Wendy's about. So if you wanted to see what that looks like, the Doomsday Vault series that has wrapped a few weeks ago did a lot of teaching and growing and taking care of children. Okay, 23 hours left. I think our rice is finally catching back up to what we need it to be. Which means I'm going to switch this over, at least the left side here, over to heel root. Because the left side hadn't really been sown. We're back up to about 700 rice and better than the 0 we had just minutes ago. I'm going to run a raffle here for subscribers. The raffle is up for this unborn hybrid pigskin. Just note that this unborn hybrid pigskin can't be anything but a slave, or prisoner rather. They have unwanted genes, trotter hands, and pig nose, which means that they will never be anything but enslaved here, but just because we're giving birth to it, it will have one of your names, for better or for worse. So sorry, whoever wins this, because it's a bit of a cursed gift, if you will. Just the way it is, right? I'm also going to try to fix some overlay elements that broke on me while Wendy finishes death resting. Oh, and that raffle timer's in the wrong spot again. What is going on? If it can break, it will break, right? That's just how this goes. Alright, so this is the gene overlay image that I wanted to show. I think what happened was OBS had an update and, like, it nuked everything. Now, I can't even fix this while I'm streaming. Alright, well, note to self, fix it in the future. Let me try to fix the raffle timer at least. That I can fix. Sending it over to the right. There we go. It's probably wrong. No, it's correct for Yoda 2. Good. So Wendy will be out in 13 hours. Finally. And then some slaying will be had. A part of me feels like we should stop hauling slag. So I'm going to get rid of the slag zones for now, because I don't think it's particularly useful. But a lot of the colonists in the colony right now are spending their time doing it, and it's driving them a little insane. So we need 3 cataphract helmets, and these will be made by T-Site. 1 for mass. Oh, you know what? Actually, Bryzet doesn't need 1, so make that 2. Oh, the raffle command is restricted owner? Yeah, I ran out of time preparing for this, and clearly it shows in some cases, so I can fix that. There you go. It's also opened again, too. I'm just moving around some of the resources that we have because I don't want pemmican or insect jelly to be included in my kitchen. I would much rather just sell both. Oh, making that little update. Hey, Cactus. Thank you for the resub. There we go. Raffle for the prisoner is Monarch again. All right, I'm going to re-roll that. The Flutie. Congratulations, you win the cursed gift. Waste pack atomizers are done. That's awesome. I'm going to go back to Circadian Assistant. And then let's go and decide where the waste pack atomizers should physically be. So because they're very expensive to build, they should be somewhere sort of safe. So I'm going to build like a little alcove here for them. And we can always expand to the west if we want. But yeah, that's exciting. I'm happy about that. So Wendy can wake up in about 6 hours. And she's 98% death rested, so yeah, in 6 hours I'll wake her up. For sure. You're a slave now? Well, no, there's a chance that you'll be a stillborn to Flutie. I wouldn't say that you're even a colonist yet. Because you have yet to be born out of this vat. I just wanted to do the raffle early. But it's entirely possible that you never see the light of day. Just giving you an ample warning. That's all. So you'll be born in about half a day. Kish is making a lot of progress on this north wall. Walls do look a lot better. Time for some human leather corsets? Yeah, probably. So now that I woke up, I also now have the psychofluid rush ×2, so a lot more psychic sensitivity, which is great. So that Wendy is ready to completely dominate with sidecasts. Excited about that. Whenever you pack prisoners and slaves into one room, you get an immediate jailbreak. So either keep them in separate rooms, or in my case, I implanted them with dead calm genes, which prevent them from ever prison breaking. So if you, or cut off their legs, that's another viable strategy. Just lop off legs and they can't run away. But dead calm is what you're probably looking for. No, you don't get to dump your pollution on me. I don't care that you have legendary weapons. That's so much pollution. Forget about that. All right, Wendy, as soon as you're done... Actually, I would like to get the waste pack atomizers up. So I'm going to have her meditate and then build those waste pack atomizers. And then we'll take on the... We'll take on the mechs. But getting these built ASAP is going to be really helpful. That way we can start working down our amount of tox packs. Because we're definitely a little overwhelmed by tox packs at the moment. Also, might give T-Sang time to make another helmet, which would be nice. 10% left on that helmet, or 10 work left rather, which is like 1% left. Also, a finished northern wall would be awesome. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigo,